Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a professional Sparky deck that someone just used to climb from 1,000 in the world to top 100 with barely any losses. The Sparky player Rafa is now over 7,600 trophies and he only used this deck. You guys already know how incredibly obnoxious and hard to defend Sparky Rage can be, but usually you get some pretty bad matchups. The great thing about this Sparky deck and why it's so fun is you can outplay them with Mirror and surprise them with a faster Sparky shot and mini P.E.K.K.A that people are not prepared for. Rage messes up all the interactions that your opponents are used to, so when they take a lot of damage in Rage, yeah, the Rage just kind of goes full circle. The destructive firepower that you can unlock with 2 Sparkies on the map or double Goblin Giants to break through your opponent's defenses, it's just so much fun to play. So let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Jumping into this one, we do not want to make the first play. We always want to counter push with this deck. And the worst play that you could do is cycling your Zap. If you cycle your Zap at the start and then you have nothing to support your mini P.E.K.K.A and your Sparky, if they use distractions like skeletons or bats, you can just lose the game because you're not going to be able to break through. If you cycle your Zap at the start and your Zap is your only small spell, it is one of the worst plays to do. Professional players were telling me that and they're like, Jake, never do that again after I see you do that. And I learned a lot from my friends, so shout out to them for teaching me. This guy is going to go for a Fisherman, and he's going to go for Archer Queen. Unfortunately, we don't hit everything at once, but it's still pretty good. I don't think the Sparky is going to be able to latch onto that either, so that was unfortunate. It actually, before I even finished my sentence, the thing just shredded everything down. But with the Fisherman out of cycle, I can go in for a raged up Goblin Giant. And the great thing about our deck is when your opponent's best answers are out of cycle of countering your first card, you go in for it again. And you're like, yo, you thought you were done dealing with this? How about a little more? I'm going to Mother Witch here. It's not necessarily the most reliable answer to the Hunter, but, you know, it's going to give me 2 piggies. And I didn't want to go for a Mega Minion because then the Hunter would also splash onto my tower as well. At least we get some counter push here, and we force out some extra elixir. Whereas the Mega Minion, it does nothing, right? Like, it would just get damaged by the Hunter and not force any response from our opponent. Let's go. That's going to stack up all together. Sparky should be able to shut it down and give me a really good trade overall on the counter push. So sometimes you have to eat damage to deal damage, and this is one of those moments. Sparky mini P.E.K.K.A, it's about to hit hard. So I'm going to go in for the Goblin Giant and follow up with the mini P.E.K.K.A. Usually the best push with this deck is if your opponent doesn't have air cards, go in for mini P.E.K.K.As with your Goblin Giant and your Sparky, and even if they do have air cards, you want to just remove it with the Zap. If you're able to do that, that's the push that is the most difficult to defend because mini P.E.K.K.A raged up and the Sparky raged up, those do serious damage. If those lock onto the tower, it's going to take it out. Mega Minion and also Mother Witch, they're more like decent cards, but not necessarily game-winning cards that will 100% guarantee that you're going to be able to take tower if they lock on. Also, we killed the Royal Giant there. I didn't know if that was going to work out. It worked out a lot better than anticipated. If he's not able to go in for a Lightning here and break through with an RG, he's going to lose the game. So kind of vibing with the Goblin Giant and then following up with a mini P.E.K.K.A so he's not able to yoink it with the Fisherman. He's going to try to Fisherman Royal Giant me right now. Lightning does not do enough damage, so I'm wondering what he's doing with 14 seconds remaining. He's going to go for a Fisherman and an RG, but the Goblin Giant might be able to just take his other tower. I don't know. This is putting in a lot of work, and I'm having way too much fun with the spam. The great thing about this is I can just continuously go in for Goblin Giants here and walk away to win. Somehow we killed that Royal Giant and I didn't expect to. What happened there? So looking back through the replay, I finally realized that my raged up mini P.E.K.K.A and Mother Witch melted the Royal Giant so fast that I didn't even realize it existed. I thought he didn't drop a Royal Giant at the river when I looked back at it, and then I had to review the replay to realize that mini P.E.K.K.A Rage is actually just that broken. So you guys already know it's forbidden for me to cycle my Zap to cycle, and we're gonna have to wait for our opponent to do the first play. Okay, cool. So usually Sparky, you want to go other side from your opponent. It's not necessarily super easy to go and defend all their spam that's just sorted behind the Lovehound, so it's better for you to make your own plays. And I can defend with a Mother Witch or a Mega Minion pretty simply and just try to get a good interaction on the right-hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A, especially when it's raged up, can shred through all of your opponent's stuff. I'm going to go for Mother Witch here. I don't think he's able to afford a Fireball immediately, and even if he was able to, would he want to do that? Because the Sparky would 3-crown in that, right? You can't just Fireball on top of a random Mother Witch. Awesome. So we were able to get a couple hits off on top of the mini P.E.K.K.A. If we didn't, what would have happened there is we would have just lost the game. I need to get hits on top of the mini P.E.K.K.A because Sparky doesn't one-shot it. So you either have to zap or you have to drop something else. Look at the value we're getting with the zap. Oh my goodness. I hit every single one of the skeletons besides the one on my tower. And that's ridiculous that the Mother Witch is giving us that counter push too. I love Mother Witch because it makes me feel like a little bit of a farmer in Clash Royale. You might be thinking we're playing Heyday or something. It's awesome. Level 16 Mother Witch raged up against Skeleton Dragons. Who's going to win? Hopefully my Mother Witch. Otherwise, I'd look like a fool. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good job, Mother Witch. You never disappoint me. If I Goblin Giant, does he just leave the game? Does he want to continue to play this? Oh, yes, he does. But for all intents and purposes, when we've done this amount of damage to his towers, with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, this guy might prolong it, but he definitely lost. So I gotta be honest with you guys. I admire the fact that he tried the entire time, but, you know, he was just kind of ramming his units into the brick wall of the Mother Witch, and we denied him with ease. All right, so we got another one here against the Crystal Dragon. You know what, dude? I'm ready to burst your bubble and make you a super sad sir as soon as I get one good push. And that's how this deck works the best. If I mini pack at the start, it's kind of like a risky play because they can activate King Tower Tornado. So if I want to cycle something into the start, most of the time it's going to be Sparky. Don't want to get to double elixir if my opponent's going to end up having Electro Dragon plus Freeze and then Lumberjack Balloon. Like those type of matchups, you need to win in single. I've won a couple in double, but that's mostly based off of luck or my opponent messing up. So I'm going to Sparky here and go other side because I think that the cannon card's going to die unless I'm really unlucky. Oh, that's so bad. The Barbarian was perfectly timed, and I didn't know that interaction. So, well played to our opponent, going for the cannon cart and the Barbarian Barrel to finish off the Sparky and making me drop a mini pack when I didn't want to. But the mini pack is going to hit the tower. Oh my gosh. 2 hits? What? How did that work? It didn't go towards the tombstone. I just got insane luck. Okay, so I'm going to go Goblin Giant here, and I think I can go for a Mega Minion. If I can eviscerate that Electro Wizard, we're in a winning position then. I just need to push it away. I need to have a good day. Come on, Sparky. Hit the stupid Skeleton King. Yes! Every single interaction went my way after that Barbarian and Cannon card gave our opponent good luck. I guess it comes in waves. Good luck, bad luck, it all is luck all the same. No, I should have dropped the Mother Witch like here in the back. Because I dropped it in the corner, I stopped him from activating King Tower with that bad graveyard placement. Oh, that could have been sublime. But he's down a lot of elixir, and we know what he's going to do. He's going to Barbarrel here. So if I can go for a mini peck and a rage, and I can keep the Mother Witch alive and just one-tap his stuff, making those predictions allow you to pop off and just demoralize any opponent. So you know what their card cycle is. You can make a prediction on what they're going to do, and then it's going to be insane trouble for them as soon as they actually realize what's happening. Yo, I'm going to rage up the mini P.E.K.K.A. I think I can 3-crown him. One more hit, and we walk away with a super fast and easy win. Mini P.E.K.K.A. when raged up hits different. All right, so we got a game against James. What are you going to do? I can't go in for a Sparky as my first play as much as I want to because I don't have my mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, now we've got our mini P.E.K.K.A. This is the next card. So I was asking for it. She's like, yo, Jake, I'm here for you. Right when you need me most. Also, this is a really good start. When our opponent's Valkyrie is out of cycle and they drop Fire Spirit, we're up 1 elixir. It might not seem like much, and it isn't. But with the Valkyrie out of cycle, he's not going to be able to defend our bridge spam as effectively. So I'm going to go for Goblin Giant. I'm going to follow up with a Rage so that we can separate the Goblin Giant and the Sparky and hopefully even attack faster so we can pulverize the mortar even quicker. I think zapping on this is optimal, so then the Sparky targets onto the Musketeer. Please, 1 hit. Let's go. That's the stupid power of Rage. It doesn't work with regular Sparky in that situation. I would have never gotten that shot. But because I had just the trigger happy hands of dropping the zap on the skeletons and then making sure that the Rage was just lined up with the Sparky perfectly to hit the Musketeer, it worked out in our favor. So Sparky Rage is way harder to defend than regular Sparky. That's the moral of the story. Especially in single elixir when you get an elixir advantage and your opponent doesn't have a mini tank to body block. That's where things get really dicey because they're going to have to drop ranged units like a Musketeer. And yeah, that Musketeer isn't going to be super reliable on defense. It's not going to be able to soak up multiple Sparky shots. So I'm going to go for another Sparky in the back and just keep up our advantage. When we have it, we keep rolling. And we had a really good card cycle. We want to rage this up again, and you guys already know the deal. If I have extra elixir, I will be dropping a mini P.E.K.K.A. here, usually. Not going to do it right now. I think the skeletons are out of cycle, so he's going to go Valkyrie. Valkyrie doesn't die, so I'm not going to spend any extra elixir zapping it. He's going to go in for a Fire Spirit again. Interesting. Wait, the Mother Witch is not going to be able to kill that. Oh, that's so sad. My Mother Witch is going to die. No. At least I get 2 piggies. Oh, wait, she's alive. Mother Witch, you got resurrected. You're basically a zombie out here or something. That's crazy. So I'm going to mini P.E.K.K.A. in the back. Just wait and see if he wants to go for a miner or something. I haven't been super scared of his big spell. He hasn't dropped it too often, so we'll see what he's going to be doing. I could zap on skeletons. Ooh, is that going to go? I'm going to predict skeletons. Oh, he didn't drop it next to the musketeer. He dropped it up higher. So I got to give him a well played there. And we now see that he's got poison. So he's going to be relying heavily on the fact that he can go in for a poison log and then mortar shot to finish off my Sparky. So my Sparky isn't going to be my wink addition here. Against mortar decks, I found a lot of success going in for double goblin giants, because when the mortar's out of cycle, you come in with another goblin giant and you're like, well, you counted the first one, but how about the second one, my dude? And that's where you get all the damage. Also, I think that I can go in for a mini P.E.K.K.A here and then zap on the skeletons if I really need to, because the skeletons are going to be able to distract the mini P.E.K.K.A, and I don't want that to happen. I want to go straight towards the glory, straight towards the musketeer. This has been such an intense game, and this guy is a really good player. We had one good interaction go our way, but he's been holding firm for the rest of the time. Great musketeer as well. It should be able to go and maybe finish off our Sparky. I hope it doesn't happen that way, but it's looking like it. Do I want to go in for a rage, or do I want to go for double goblin giant and then rage? Because the mortar should be out of cycle. I think he knows what I plan on doing right now. We're trying to pulverize you with this double goblin giant dominance, but it's not working. Great mortar on offense again. It's able to defend and apply aggression there. I think that the Valkyrie's going to be able to defend, so this guy is just off the chain on defense. All right, we're going to go for a Sparky. It looks like the Valkyrie dies, which is really, really good for me. He's going to poison. I think that the Sparky is going to take the targeting from the musketeer, unless... No! It went other side! That's not supposed to happen. All right, we're going to switch it up and change up our offensive plays. We're going to go in for a rage with the Mother Witch and the Goblin Giant. The Goblin Giant's locked onto the tower. That's so much damage. Oh my gosh, I can zap? Maybe this is enough? No, it's not. The Sparky needs to hit the tower on the other side. This guy's been playing so freaking well. This has been a really good game on his end. The fact that I didn't defend my tower might have lost me the game, guys. I don't know. I don't think I can defend that. I think the musketeer is going to lock, and that's barely enough damage for him to win. I could have mirror zapped and closed out the game, but this guy just played a little bit too well. I love learning from my losses, and I didn't think that the Sparky was going to get shot into the other lane, but in retrospect, it was pretty easy to figure that out. I was just living in the moment, and we'll definitely correct that for future games. GG and well played, my opponent. Let's bounce on to the next one. All right, let's see if we can have a redemption arc. After that loss, you guys already know, we always try to bounce back and not have too many L's in a row. Though this guy is not spamming anything, I do not have a good card cycle. So here's the thing. If you cycle your mini P.E.K.K.A, you can activate King Tower with the Tornado. If I go for a Sparky and I don't have a Goblin Giant, well, it's not that big of a push. If I cycle my Mega Minion, I can get ballooned other side and I just lose. So those are all cards that you can't necessarily cycle at the start. But here's the thing. If I don't cycle something at the start and we're playing against this type of matchup where they've got an Electro Dragon, probably a Freeze Lumberjack Balloon, you automatically lose if you get hit double Elixir against this, because obviously their cards work really well in double. And Inferno Dragon, when you don't have Ewiz and a Sparky deck, is probably pretty problematic. And Electro Dragon, you guys already know, with Freeze and Tornado, super easy to reset our stuff. That's why I am a little bit hesitant of not cycling stuff until double Elixir. And this is going to be a tough one. Oh, wait. This is Elixir Golem. Okay. Maybe this is better for me then, because he's not going to have Freeze. Likely not going to have Freeze. I've seen Freeze Battle Healers before, and that is not a fun time. I can probably Sparky here. I don't think that there's many decks with Elixir Golem that have Zap. I've never seen any recently, so please don't be the first, bro. I don't want to see that right now. We just lost the game. We're trying to put you to shame. Okay, so if I rage it, it's not going to do anything. He's just going to go right into an Electro Dragon because he had that in cycle. I was just like, let it go. Let it be. I'm sorry, Sparky. You don't deserve this. You deserve better. Oh, he doesn't know. And we can just kill the Electro Dragon so quickly with this Mega Minion. He's not able to get a reset up in here. This is hilarious. Watch how much Elixir I get from this. I think the Electro Dragon dies. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Electro Dragon dies. He is going to give me so much freaking Elixir. I've never had this amount of Elixir in single. I don't even know what to do with it. Oh my gosh. Of course I'm going to zap here, and then I'm going to go in for a rage. And I think this man is just done. I don't think he can stop me. This should be all she wrote. We're just going to straight up 3-crown you, man. The Mega Minion is pounding through the Electro Dragon, and you have no hope of resetting me. You know what? Let's just spam Mother Witches for the memes. Mother Witch is one of my favorite cards to spam because I can get more piggies. More piggies equals more fun and way more done for you. This guy is like a well-done steak. All 3 of his crowns were stolen and his entire castle was burned down. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an awesome rest of your day.